Hey family, this is day 43 of our Reading Through the Bible Together in a Year series. Today we're covering Numbers chapters 16 through 18. Now remember, Israel is in the wilderness after Mount Sinai and they keep testing God. And we saw the biggest test yesterday. And the day before we saw the test happen and the people's response yesterday. But it's where they send the 12 spies into the land of Canaan and they come out. And two of the spies, Joshua and Caleb, say, "It's great, let's go get him, Yahweh's on our side." And the other 10 say, "Nope, we can't do it." And all of Israel says, "Let's get a captain together and go back to Egypt." And so that's the moment that we see where God says, "Fine, I'm sick of you testing me. This generation that has come out of Egypt, you guys are going to die off in the wilderness over the next 40 years, and your descendants I will take care of, and I will bring them into the promised land." And so let's continue on with some of the tests in the wilderness and see how it goes. Now Korah, the son of Yitzhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, with Datan and Aviram, the sons of Eliav, and On, the sons of Palu, the son of Reuven, made themselves ready, and came before Moshe with some of the children of Israel, 250 chiefs of the people, men of good name who had a place in the meeting of the people. They came together against Moshe and against Aaron, and said to them, "You take too much on yourselves. Seeing that all the people are holy, every one of them, and Yahweh is among them, why then have you put yourselves in authority over the people of Yahweh?" And Moshe, hearing this, went down on his face. And he said to Korah and his band, "In the morning Yahweh will make clear who are his, and who is holy, and who may come near him. The man of his selection will be caused to come near him. So do this, let Korah and all his band take vessels for burning perfumes, and put spices on the fire in them before Yahweh tomorrow. Then the man marked out by Yahweh will be holy. You take too much on yourselves, you sons of Levi." And Moshe said to Korah, "Give ear now, you sons of Levi. Does it seem only a small thing to you that the God of Israel had made you separate from the rest of Israel, letting you come near himself to do the work of the house of Yahweh, and to take your place before the people to do what has to be done for them? Letting you and all your brothers and the sons of Levi come near to him? And would you now be priests? So you and all your band have come together against Yahweh, and Aaron, who is he, that you are crying out against him?" Then Moshe sent for Datan and Aviram, the sons of Eliav, and they said, "We will not come up. Is it not enough that you have taken us from a land flowing with milk and honey to put us to death in the wasteland? But now you are desiring to make yourself a chief over us? And more than this, you have not taken us into a land flowing with milk and honey, or given us a heritage of fields and vine gardens. Will you put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up." Then Moshe was very angry and said to Yahweh, "Give no attention to their offering. Not one of their donkeys have I taken or done wrong to any of them." And Moshe said to Korah, "You and all your band are to come before Yahweh tomorrow, you and they and Aaron, and let every man take a vessel for burning perfumes, and put sweet spices in them. Let every man take his vessel before Yahweh, 250 vessels, you and Aaron and everyone with his vessel." So every man took his vessel, and they put fire in them with spices, and came to the door of the tent of meeting with Moshe and Aaron. And Korah made all the people come together against them to the door of the tent of meeting, and the glory of Yahweh was seen by all the people. And Yahweh said to Moshe and Aaron, "Come out from among this people, so that I may send sudden destruction on them." Then falling down on their faces, they said, "O God, the God of the spirits of all flesh, because of one man's sin will your wrath be moved against all the people?" And Yahweh said to Moshe, "Say to the people, come away from the tent of Korah, Datan, and Aviram." So Moshe got up and went to Datan and Aviram, and the responsible men of Israel went with him. And he said to the people, "Come away now from the tents of these evil men, without touching anything of theirs, or you may be taken in the punishment of their sins." So on every side they went away from the tent of Korah, Datan, and Aviram. And Datan and Aviram came out to the door of their tents, with their wives and their sons and their little ones. And Moshe said, "Now you will see that Yahweh has sent me to do all these works, and I have not done them of myself. If these men have the common death of men, or if the natural fate of all men overtakes them, then Yahweh has not sent me. But if Yahweh does something new, opening the earth to take them in with everything which is theirs, and they go down living into the underworld, then it will be clear to you that Yahweh has not been honored by these men." And while these words were on his lips, the earth under them was parted in two. And the earth, opening her mouth, took them in with their families and all the men who were joined to Korah and their goods. So they and all theirs went down living into the underworld, and the earth was shut over them, and they were cut off from among the meeting of the people. And all Israel round about them went in flight at their cry. For fear, they said, that we go down into the heart of the earth. Then fire came out from Yahweh, burning up the 250 men who were offering the perfume. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Say to Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, that he is to take out of the flames of the vessels with the perfumes in them, turning the fire out of them, for they are holy. And let the vessels of those men, who with their lives have made payment for their sin, be hammered out into plates as a cover for the altar, for they have been offered before Yahweh and are holy, so that they may be a sign to the children of Israel. So Eleazar the priest took the brass vessels which had been offered by those who were burned up, and they were hammered out to make a cover for the altar, to be a sign kept in memory forever by the children of Israel, that no man who is not the seed of Aaron has the right of burning spices before Yahweh, so that he may not be like Korah and his band, as Yahweh said to him by the mouth of Moshe. But on the day after, all the children of Israel made an outcry against Moshe and against Aaron, saying, You have put to death Yahweh's people. Now when the people had come together against Moshe and Aaron, looking in the direction of the tent of meeting, they saw the cloud covering it, and the glory of Yahweh came before their eyes. Then Moshe and Aaron came to the front of the tent of meeting. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Come out from among this people, so that I may send sudden destruction on them. And they went down on their faces. And Moshe said to Aaron, Take your vessel and put in it fire from the altar and sweet spices, and take it quickly into the meeting of the people, and make them free from sin. For wrath has gone out from Yahweh, and the disease is starting. And at the words of Moshe, Aaron took his vessel and went running among the people. And even then the disease had made a start among them, and he put spices in his vessel to take away the sin of the people. And he took his place between the dead and the living, and the disease was stopped. Now 14,700 deaths were caused by that disease, in addition to those who came to their end because of what Korah had done. Then Aaron went back to Moshe to the door of the tent of meeting, and the disease came to a stop. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Say to the children of Israel that they are to give you rods, one for every family, for every chief, the head of his father's house, making 12 rods. Let every man's name be placed on his rod. And let Aaron's name be placed on the rod of Levi, for there is to be one rod for the head of every family. And let them be stored up in the tent of meeting in front of the ark of witness, where I come to you. And the rod of that man who is marked out by me for myself will have buds on it. So I will put a stop to the outcries which the children of Israel make to me against you. So Moshe gave these orders to the children of Israel, and all their chiefs gave him rods, one for the head of every family, making 12 rods. And Aaron's rod was among them. And Moshe put the rods before Yahweh in the tent of witness. Now on the day after, Moshe went into the tent of witness, and he saw that Aaron's rod, the rod of the house of Levi, had put out buds, and was covered with buds and flowers and fruit. Then Moshe took out all the rods from before Yahweh, and gave them back to the children of Israel. And they saw them, and every man took his rod. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Put Aaron's rod back in front of the ark of witness, to be kept for a sign against this false-hearted people, so that you may put a stop to their outcries against me, and death may not overtake them. This Moshe did, as Yahweh gave orders, so he did. And the children of Israel said to Moshe, Truly destruction has come on us, and evil fate has overtaken us all. Death will overtake everyone who comes near the house of Yahweh. Are we all to come to destruction? And Yahweh said to Aaron, You and your sons and your father's family are to be responsible for all wrongdoing in relation to the holy place. And you and your sons are to be responsible for the errors which come about in your work as priests. Let your brothers, the family of Levi, come near with you, so that they may be joined with you and be your servants. But you and your sons with you are to go in before the ark of witness. They are to do your orders and be responsible for the work of the tent. But they may not come near the vessels of the holy place or the altar, so that death may not overtake them or you. They are to be joined with you in the care of the tent of meeting, doing whatever is needed for the tent. And no one of any other family may come near you. You are to be responsible for the holy place and the altar. so that wrath may never again come on the children of Israel. Now see, I have taken your brothers the Levites from among the children of Israel. They are given to you and to Yahweh to do the work of the tent of meeting. And you and your sons with you are to be responsible as priests for the altar and everything on it, and everything inside the veil you are to do the work of priests. I have given you your position as priests, and any other man who comes near will be put to death. And Yahweh said to Aaron, See, I have given into your care my lifted offerings, even all the holy things of the children of Israel I have given to you and to your sons as your right forever, because you have been marked with the holy oil. This is to be yours of the most holy things, out of the fire offerings. Every offering of theirs, every meal offering and sin offering, and every offering which they make on account of error, is to be most holy for you and your sons. As most holy things, they are to be your food. Let every male have them for food. It is to be holy to you. And this is yours, the lifted offerings which they give, and all the wave offerings of the children of Israel I have given to you and to your sons and to your daughters as your right forever. Everyone in your house who is clean may have them for food. All the best of the oil and the wine and the grain, the first fruits of them which they give to Yahweh, to you I have given them. The earliest produce from their land which they take to Yahweh is to be yours. Everyone in your house who is clean may have it for his food. Everything given by oath to Yahweh in Israel is to be yours. The first birth of every living thing which is offered to Yahweh, of man or beast, is to be yours. But for the first sons of man, payment is to be made, and for the first young of unclean beasts. Payment is to be made for these when they are a month old, at the value fixed by you, a price of 5 shekels by the scale of the holy place. That is 20 gerahs to the shekel. But no such payment may be made for the first birth of an ox or a sheep or a goat. These are holy. Their blood is to be dropped on the altar, and their fat burned for an offering made by fire, a sweet smell to Yahweh. Their flesh is to be yours. Like the breast of the wave offering and the right leg, it is to be yours. All the lifted offerings of the holy things which the children of Israel give to Yahweh, I have given to you and to your sons and to your daughters as a right forever. This is an agreement made with salt before Yahweh, to you and to your seed forever. And Yahweh said to Aaron, You will have no heritage in their land, or any part among them. I am your part and your heritage among the children of Israel. And to the children of Levi I have given as their heritage all the tenths offered in Israel, as payment for the work they do, the work of the tent of meeting. In the future, the children of Israel are not to come near the tent of meeting, so that death may not come to them because of sin. But the Levites are to do the work of the tent of meeting, and be responsible for errors in connection with it. This is a law forever through all your generations, and among the children of Israel they will have no heritage. For the tenths which the children of Israel give as a lifted offering to Yahweh, I have given to the Levites as their heritage. And so I have said to them, Among the children of Israel they will have no heritage. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Say to the Levites, When you take from the children of Israel the tenth which I have given to you from them as your heritage, a 10th part of that tenth is to be offered as an offering lifted up before Yahweh. And this lifted offering is to be put to your credit as if it was grain from the grain floor and wine from the vines. So you are to make an offering lifted up to Yahweh from all the tenths which you get from the children of Israel, giving out of it Yahweh's lifted offering to Aaron the priest. From everything given to you, let the best of it, the holy part of it, be offered as a lifted offering to Yahweh. Say to them then, When the best of it is lifted up on high, it is to be put to the account of the Levites as the increase of the grain floor and of the place where the grapes are crushed. It is to be your food for you and your families in every place. It is your reward for your work in the tent of meeting. And no sin will be yours on account of it when the best of it has been lifted up on high. You are not to make a wrong use of the holy things of the children of Israel, so that death may not overtake you. So we're having this issue where other people in Israel are wondering about Moses and Aaron's authority over them, right? Korah and the others with him, Korah's rebellion, saying, Moses, who put you over us? Why do you think you're better than us? Isn't Yahweh with us as well? But this is an important part of the story, right? This, especially chapter 17, which is after Korah gets destroyed in the 250, and it's kind of gruesome and a violent situation. But this whole chapter 17 with Aaron's staff, or rod as was in this translation, God has the head of each of the tribes of Israel put a rod a dead piece of wood, right? A dead stick, a staff, a dead stick. He has 12 of them put before the Ark of the Covenant overnight. And in the morning, Moses goes in to see, and Aaron's rod, Aaron's staff, has blossomed, which that's like God selecting, showing, I absolutely put my authority in Aaron and the tribe of Levi, and they will be my priests, and none of the rest of you have any opportunity to challenge that authority. What I think is kind of beautiful in this moment, apart from just God's decision making, is the idea that God brings about the life out of the dead thing. And that's just our order out of chaos, our creation out of non-creation. It's our resurrection imagery in this moment where God takes this dead stick and it blossoms. And that stick, that rod, that staff, Aaron's staff, is what is placed in the Ark of the Covenant, along with the 2 tablets of the testimony and an omer of manna. Like, all of these are symbols of God's covenant with his people. So, interesting things to think about, but I love the resurrection imagery here. So, I hope you have a wonderful day.